So in order to get on and start prototyping, we're going to have to log in properly, and this form is not yet ready because we first need to sign up as a minimum. So we're going to need to add a sign up button and a sign up form. So let's do that now so we can start moving forward. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the login form with Command D and holding Shift to drag, and I'm going to break it apart. Detach instance, and that will then not be a component anymore. I'm going to call it sign up, and now we have to create a sign up form. This page was called login. I'm going to call it forms, login and sign up, etc. We'll figure that out later. This is our docs. So we have a login, and now we're going to do sign up. And there are another bunch of pages that we will need to do for any kind of sign in flow, and we will do those. For example, adding social logins, forgot password, etc. We're going to do it piecemeal so we don't get too fixated with vertical depth. I want to do a good horizontal end-to-end prototype. So our sign up form, obviously username, password is not enough. So let's let the username be there, so the user can choose their own username, for example, and we will have to block them if the username is already taken. Let's ask for their name. Let's ask for their email. You don't have to do this, of course, but we could, there's many ways you can do this. I mean, if we wanted to go minimal, we could just ask for the email. They would get a username out of the box, and we could generate a password, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. And in fact, let's do that just to keep it super lean, which is what we always want. So we do want the user's email, and from there we can automate a few items that then they'll be able to change later. They can change their name, we can generate their name, they can change it. We'll generate the password, they can change it. So really this is a more lean sign up form because it doesn't require much effort on behalf of the user. They can sign up easily, and that's what we want. So this email though is probably going to have to make this form a little longer. Now we would use our grid system when we get there, and we'll try that out in a while. Now we have email and sign up form. Now we would have to do some checks on here to ensure any errors can be handled. But we're going to do that in another video, updating our form with states, fields and validation. Let's just try to get to some basic prototyping so we can go between our two screens. So now we have a sign up form, and the email will be okay for now, and then we can come back. We will have our username from the email that will be sent to us, and we'll be given a password to use from the email, for example. Then we would actually be able to log in. So but what we need to do now is in our login app page, there's no way to get to the sign up form, so we definitely have to add that link in here somewhere. Let's go back to our form, and we're going to have to add a link here somewhere. Now we'll do this below the login for now, and this is where we're going to get into a little bit more elaborating our design system. Sign up. Now we could leave this as a button, and it could be a link button, or it could be a secondary button, or there's many ways actually. But at the moment they're both the same, and we might want to make those different. We're going to do that in another video. We're going to focus a little bit on button variants, but for now, just to get our prototype up and running, this should work. So now, as you can see, our master is updated, and therefore we have the child instance here updated automatically, and that will allow us to prototype our first pages. So let's create another page, and we're going to move these from here later, but I just want to get it working. And this one's going to be sign up. So we need to change this from login to sign up. It's not here yet because we didn't create a component. So we have to go here, create a component. It's called sign up. Then when we go here, forms, login and sign up, we just switch that out. Let's place it in the middle. Of course, there's a better way of doing that, but we'll do that later too. Auto layouts and pages we'll do as we walk along. Now we have two screens where we can log in if we have our account, and we can sign up by pressing this. Now let's just add something here. It is lined up, so we're perfect on terms of the grid. Or we could make it bigger. That'll be up to us. Now we can prototype. So let's go into prototype. Click on the sign up. Point it to the sign up page. On tap, navigate to sign up. We're going to use animation dissolve for now. That would just be a soft fade. And we would end up on this page where we can enter our email and sign up. At the moment we can't get back to the login page, which we might want to do, so we should upgrade our form with back to login. So we would have to duplicate this, back to login. If we do the master, the child is updated. So now we can prototype this back to the login page. On tap, navigate to login and dissolve again. Now we have basically our very first prototype. This is where it starts to become more fun. So let's see, we can get this running. So flow starting point, I'm going to call this login. So now we have a flow starting point here, login. And if I press play here, we'll have our Chrome, we'll have our form, and we'll have login and sign up. So the only thing we've got now is click sign up, and it will go to the sign up form, and I can go back to the login. And we have our very first prototype, a working prototype. And from now on, we're going to have to continue to upgrade and enhance our forms. And we're going to do that in the next video.